Sometime, life breaks something in your hands, not to punish you, but to teach you. When everything seems to fall apart, maybe it's just falling into place. This story of a broken cup will remind you, failure is never the end. It's the beginning. Stay with me. This story might change the way you see your own mistakes. In a small town by the river, there lived a young man named Ravi. He worked in a quiet little tea shop owned by an old man named Mr. Das. Every morning, before the sun even rose, Ravi swept the floor, boiled the water, and prepared tea for the early customers. He wasn't rich. His job wasn't easy, but he was honest, kind, and always tried to do his best. Yet deep inside, Ravi often felt stuck. He wanted to do something greater, something that would make his family proud, but he didn't know how to start. One busy morning, the shop was full. Ravi hurried from table to table, carrying cups of hot tea. Suddenly, his hand slipped. A cup fell to the floor and shattered. The tea spilled everywhere. Everyone turned to look. Some laughed quietly, others frowned. Ravi froze, his face red with shame. I'm sorry, sir, he said, expecting Mr. Das to be angry. But Mr. Das didn't shout. He just looked at the broken pieces, then at Ravi. After a moment, he smiled gently. Ravi, he said, do you know what this broken cup can teach you? Ravi blinked, confused. Teach me? I only made a mistake. Mr. Das shook his head. No, my boy. Every mistake is a message. If you listen. He picked up a small piece of the broken cup and said, this cup reminds us that life isn't about never falling. It's about learning to stand up again. Every single time he handed Ravi a broom. Now clean this up and make the next cup of tea even better. Something about those words stayed in Ravi's heart. That day he decided he would never let a mistake make him feel small again. He started to see failure differently, not as an end, but as a lesson. Days turned into months. Ravi became more careful, more confident, more patient. He began smiling more, even when things went wrong. Soon customers noticed. They said, Ravi makes the best tea, not only because of the taste, but because he puts his heart into it. Years later, Mr. Das retired and Ravi opened his own tea stall by the river. It was small but full of warmth and laughter. Above the counter, he hung a wooden sign that said, broken things can start beautiful stories. People would ask, Ravi, what does that mean? He'd smile and say, it means mistakes don't define you. What you do after them, that's what truly matters. His tea stall became famous. But more than the tea, people came for his kindness, for his story, for hope. Ravi never forgot that broken cup, because that was the day his life changed, not by luck, but by learning. Life will break things sometimes. Your plans, your confidence, maybe even your heart. But each time, it gives you a choice to stop and cry over the pieces or to pick them up and build something new. Remember this, mistakes are not the end. They are signs that you are trying. And if you're trying, you're already on your way to success. So the next time you fall, don't give up. Stand up, learn, grow, and say to yourself, even broken things can shine again.